Ladies and gentlemen, there are days when motivation feels like it's in short supply. We all face those moments when the energy isn't there, when the desire to push forward seems far away. But let me tell you something. Your success is not just about how you feel, it's about what you do, regardless of how you feel. The truth is, greatness doesn't wait for motivation. It thrives on discipline. And sometimes the key to reaching your highest potential is not waiting for the perfect conditions, but forcing yourself to work hard. Hard work isn't always glamorous. It's about showing up, even when you'd rather stay in bed. It's about pushing past comfort zones and challenging yourself to do more than you think you're capable of. It's about doing the work even when no one is watching. Success demands that we go beyond the minimum. It's in the moments when you choose to work hard, even in the face of obstacles, that your true potential is unlocked. We all have the ability to work hard, to give more than the average person, but it starts with the decision to force ourselves to show up. It's easy to sit back, relax, and coast through life, but to truly change your future, you must make the decision to step up, to dig deep, and to put in the effort required. Hard work is a choice that defines who we are. It's about controlling your actions, even when your emotions try to pull you in a different direction. Don't wait for life to hand you success. Go out there and create it through relentless effort. Remember, the harder you work, the luckier you become. So today, choose to force yourself to work hard. Choose to put in the effort even when it's uncomfortable. Choose to break through your limitations and rise to the challenge. Success will follow those who refuse to give up and continue to push forward day after day. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is what keeps you going. Success doesn't wait for you to feel inspired. It waits for you to act, regardless of how you feel. Hard work isn't about doing a lot in one go. It's about staying consistent day after day, making small, steady improvements. True growth happens when you push yourself past what feels comfortable. When you force yourself to work hard, you expand your limits. It's easy to work when you're excited. The real test is how you show up when it's tough. That's when character is built. Hard work directly correlates with results. The more effort you put in, the better your chances of succeeding. Success is the byproduct of relentless effort. If you want results that others don't have, you need to be willing to do what others aren't. That means pushing through the hard times and staying focused. Don't wait for external circumstances to change. Your success depends on your actions. So take full responsibility for your work ethic. You don't need recognition for every step you take. Work hard when no one is watching. It's what will ultimately set you apart from the crowd. Hard work often means sacrificing immediate rewards for long-term success. Stay focused on the bigger picture and push through the desire for shortcuts. The struggle is part of the process. Embrace it, learn from it, and understand that each challenge faced is a step toward your goal. Hard work is what turns struggle into strength. Discipline is the foundation of all success. You see, motivation is a fleeting feeling, something that comes and goes like the weather. One day you might feel pumped up, ready to take on the world, but the next day that fire can disappear just as quickly as it came. Motivation is unreliable. It doesn't care if you're ready or not. That's why discipline becomes the real game changer. Discipline is that steady, unshakable force that keeps you moving forward, even on those days when you don't feel like it. When you rely on motivation to get you through the day, you're leaving your success up to chance. But when you embrace discipline, you make a commitment to show up no matter how you feel. You create a routine, a rhythm, and you stick to it, regardless of external circumstances. It's that ability to do what needs to be done, even when you're tired, frustrated, or not in the mood, that separates the average from the extraordinary. Motivation can give you the energy to start something, but it's discipline that carries you across the finish line. Think about it. How many times have you started a project full of energy and excitement, only to fizzle out halfway through when motivation fades? Discipline says, it doesn't matter how I feel today. I will do the work. I will stick to my plan. Building discipline is like building a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. In the beginning, it might feel tough, but over time, it becomes second nature. And once you're disciplined, success is no longer a matter of waiting for the right mood or feeling. It's about knowing that you have what it takes to keep going no matter what. So remember, motivation is just the spark, but discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. If you can master discipline, you'll unlock a level of success that motivation alone can never deliver. And that's the secret to achieving anything you set your mind to. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort. It's built through consistent action. The key to achieving greatness is in the everyday, mundane steps that you take toward your goals. It's easy to be motivated for a day, a week, or even a month, but true success comes from showing up day after day, even when the excitement fades. Consistency is the magic ingredient that turns dreams into reality. You see, the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't a lack of talent, luck, or even ambition. It's the commitment to keep going even when the results aren't immediate. It's about doing what you need to do no matter how you feel or what's happening around you. When you commit to consistency, you stop relying on inspiration or perfect circumstances. You build a rhythm, a routine, and you stick to it because you understand that success is the sum of small, consistent efforts made over time. In the beginning, it might seem like nothing is happening. Your efforts might feel invisible, even pointless. But remember this, success is like planting a seed. You don't see the tree the moment you put it in the ground, but you water it, nurture it, and trust that over time it will grow. Consistency is like watering that seed every day, slowly, steadily, but relentlessly. And over time, the results will become undeniable. Consistency also breeds confidence. The more consistent you are with your actions, the more you begin to trust yourself. You start to believe that no matter how hard it gets, you've got the discipline and the persistence to keep going. And that belief in yourself will carry you through the toughest moments. Success is not about doing extraordinary things once in a while. It's about doing ordinary things consistently and doing them well. The best athletes, the best performers, the most successful entrepreneurs, they didn't reach their heights through sporadic moments of brilliance. They reached them by committing to the process, by showing up day after day, rain or shine. So if you want to build something extraordinary, start by committing to consistency. Make it a habit to take small steps every day toward your goal, even when it feels insignificant. The compound effect of those consistent actions will add up to something far greater than you ever imagined. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. It's easy to stay where it feels safe, where things are familiar and where the risks are minimal. But if you want to truly achieve something remarkable, you have to step outside of that zone. The comfort zone is a place where you don't face challenges, where you don't stretch your limits, and where you don't grow. If you want to elevate your life, your career, or your future, you must learn to push beyond that place of ease and embrace discomfort. The truth is, every time you stretch yourself, you're becoming something more. You're building resilience, expanding your capabilities, and opening yourself to opportunities you never imagined. Yes, it's scary at first. It's uncomfortable. But that discomfort is where transformation occurs. It's in those moments of fear and doubt that you discover how strong and capable you really are. It's when you push yourself into situations where you're unsure, where the outcome is uncertain, that you begin to realize the untapped potential inside of you. Think of it this way. If you stay within the boundaries of what's familiar, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Your future will be limited by your past, and your achievements will be defined by your willingness to play it safe. But when you push beyond your comfort zone, you give yourself the chance to reach higher, to learn more, and to become the person you're meant to be. It's in that space of discomfort that you find the breakthroughs, the insights, and the opportunities that will propel you forward. Every successful person has faced moments of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They've all encountered situations that pushed them to the edge of their abilities, and yet they chose to move forward anyway. They chose to push through the discomfort. They chose to grow. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it, and it will be for you too. So when you feel that tug of resistance, when the idea of pushing further seems too daunting, remember, that's the signal that you're on the verge of something great. Growth happens when you move past what feels safe and venture into the unknown. Don't wait for the right moment to get out of your comfort zone. Create that moment yourself. The sooner you make that choice, the sooner you'll unlock new levels of success and fulfillment. The reality is, life is too short to settle. You were made for more. If you want extraordinary results, you must be willing to face the discomfort and push beyond what you know. When you do, you'll find that there's an entire world of possibilities waiting for you on the other side. Anyone can work when everything is going smoothly. It's easy to show up when you're motivated, when the circumstances are favorable, when the rewards are clear and within reach. But the real test of your character and your commitment comes when things aren't going well, when the road gets tough, and when the results aren't immediate. This is when true work begins. It's when it's hard that you have to show up the most. When you're faced with challenges, obstacles, or setbacks, that's when you have the chance to prove to yourself what you're made of. It's not about how you perform when everything is aligned in your favor. It's about how you perform when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when nothing seems to be going your way. This is where growth happens. When things are hard and you continue to push forward, you start to build strength, perseverance, and resilience that will serve you for the rest of your life. The most successful people aren't those who avoid hardship. They're the ones who know how to work through it. They understand that difficult times are a part of the journey, and rather than running from the challenge, they embrace it. They know that working when it's hard is what separates the amateurs from the professionals, the dreamers from the achievers. It's easy to work when things are going well, but working when it's hard is what truly makes the difference. Success is not about avoiding difficulty. It's about showing up despite it. The moment you choose to work through the challenges instead of giving in to frustration or giving up, you set yourself apart. That's where the magic happens. Those hard times don't define you, they refine you. They teach you lessons that can't be learned in moments of ease. They push you to develop skills, strategies, and mindsets that will carry you to even greater heights. So, when the going gets tough, and believe me, it will, you need to remind yourself that this is your opportunity. It's your chance to prove your commitment, your resilience, and your ability to work through anything that comes your way. The pain of the moment will fade, but the lessons you learn and the growth you experience will stay with you forever. The key is to keep moving forward, even when it feels like it's too much. Keep working, keep pushing, keep doing the things that need to be done, even when every part of you is telling you to quit. Remember, success isn't determined by how much you can do when it's easy, it's determined by how much you can do when it's hard. When you learn to work through the difficulties, you not only achieve more, but you become more. There's a simple truth that many people overlook. Effort equals results. It's one of the most fundamental laws of success. The results you get in life are directly proportional to the effort you put in. If you want to achieve anything significant, you need to understand that there are no shortcuts to success. It doesn't matter how smart you are, how talented you are, or how lucky you think you should be. What matters most is the amount of effort you're willing to put into your dreams. The world doesn't hand out rewards for half-hearted attempts. It doesn't reward you for thinking about doing something. It rewards you for doing it. There's a common misconception that success is reserved for the lucky few, that it's about being in the right place at the right time. But the truth is, success favors those who are willing to put in the effort day after day without expecting instant results. It's the willingness to work hard, to stay committed, and to keep pushing forward even when things aren't going your way that sets the truly successful apart from the rest. Effort is the fuel that drives progress. Think about it like planting a tree. You don't just plant the seed and hope it grows. Every day you have to water it, nourish it, and give it the right conditions to thrive. It's the same with your goals. Every day you have to show up, do the work, and give it your best effort. You might not see immediate results, but if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the effort, you will see the fruits of your labor eventually. It's easy to become discouraged when the results aren't immediate. We all want instant gratification, but the reality is, most great achievements require time and consistent effort. That's where patience comes in. When you understand that effort equals results, you're willing to put in the necessary work, no matter how long it takes. You stop measuring your success based on immediate outcomes and start measuring it based on the process. Because you know that every ounce of effort you put in is bringing you closer to your goal. Success is not about being the smartest or the most talented. It's about being the most persistent. It's about showing up when others quit. It's about going the extra mile when others stop. It's about doing the work even when no one is watching. The more effort you put in, the more likely you are to see the results you desire. So, never underestimate the power of effort. Every action you take, every hour you invest, every ounce of energy you put into your work brings you closer to the success you're striving for. Results may take time to materialize, but if you continue to put in the effort, success is not a question of if, it's a question of when. Keep working, keep pushing, and trust that your effort will always lead to results. If you want extraordinary results, you have to be willing to do what others won't. The majority of people are content to take the easy path, to follow the crowd, and to do just enough to get by. They live by the principle of mediocrity, avoiding anything that requires real effort, real sacrifice, or real commitment. But here's the truth. Mediocrity doesn't get you anywhere special. If you want to achieve greatness, you need to be willing to go the extra mile, to step outside of what's comfortable, and to do the things that most people won't even consider. Success isn't about following the herd. It's about blazing your own trail. While others are resting, you're working. While others are taking shortcuts, you're putting in the extra hours. While they're content with the bare minimum, you're striving for excellence. This is where the gap between the successful and the unsuccessful lies. The willingness to do what others won't. The work, the sacrifices, the tough choices, and the discipline required to go above and beyond are what ultimately set you apart. It's easy to take the path of least resistance, but easy doesn't get results. You need to go beyond what's normal, beyond what everyone else is doing. If you want to be average, you can follow the crowd. But if you want something exceptional, something that's rare and meaningful, you have to put in the effort that most people are unwilling to give. You have to show up when no one else does. You have to do the things that are tough, the things that challenge you, and the things that require you to stretch yourself. The reason why so few people achieve extraordinary success is simple. They're not willing to do the work. They're not willing to push through the discomfort, to make the sacrifices, or to put in the hours when no one is watching. But those who rise to the top understand that success is built on the foundation of hard, often unseen work. They understand that the reward comes to those who are willing to go the extra mile, to step outside of their comfort zones, and to do the things that others shy away from. Think about it. If you want to reach a level that most people can only dream of, you can't do what everyone else does. You can't think like everyone else thinks. You have to work harder, think bigger, and push further. You have to challenge the limits that others set for themselves and decide that you're going to push beyond those boundaries. Every successful person has reached their level of achievement not by doing the same things everyone else is doing, but by doing more effort, more time, more dedication, more discipline, and when you're willing to do what others won't. When you embrace the difficult, uncomfortable, and challenging work that others shy away from, you'll find that success is not only possible, but inevitable. So remember this, if you want to stand out in a crowd, you have to be willing to do what the crowd isn't willing to do. It's not easy, but that's what makes it so rewarding. If you want to create the life you desire, the first step is to take full responsibility for your growth. Far too many people are waiting for someone else to change their circumstances, waiting for a break, waiting for the right opportunity, or waiting for others to guide them. But the reality is this, no one is coming to save you. Your growth, your success, your future, it's all on you. The moment you take responsibility for your own development is the moment you take control of your life. You can't blame your upbringing, your environment, or your past for where you are today. The truth is, the choices you make today determine your future. If you keep waiting for the perfect conditions or for someone else to hand you success, you'll be waiting forever. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's the result of taking full responsibility for your actions, your decisions, and your growth. Taking responsibility means accepting that you are the one who must put in the effort, make the decisions, and take the necessary steps to move forward. It means acknowledging that your progress or lack of it is a direct reflection of the actions you've taken or failed to take. You must be brutally honest with yourself and recognize that no one else can create your future but you. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you'll start taking the kind of focused action that leads to real results. It's easy to point fingers at circumstances, blame others, or find excuses for why things aren't working out. But when you do that, you're giving away your power. You're telling yourself that your future depends on factors outside your control. And when you give away your power, you give away your potential for growth. When you take responsibility, you reclaim that power. You take charge of your own learning, your own development, and your own path to success. Taking responsibility for your growth also means being accountable for the actions you take and don't take. It means setting clear goals, building the habits that will get you closer to them, and pushing yourself to do what others are unwilling to do. When you own your growth, you make the commitment to consistently improve, to learn from your mistakes, and to adjust your approach when necessary. You no longer let life dictate your direction, you choose it. You can read all the books, attend all the seminars, and listen to all the motivational speeches in the world, but unless you take responsibility for putting that knowledge into action, it won't matter. Growth requires consistent effort, focus, and accountability. It's about applying what you learn and pushing yourself every single day to be better than you were yesterday. The moment you take full responsibility for your growth is the moment you take full control of your life. You stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mentor, or the perfect opportunity. Instead, you take action. You embrace challenges. You learn from failures. You build on your successes, and you begin to grow in ways that you never imagined. So take responsibility for your growth today. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. Stop making excuses and stop blaming the outside world for where you are. Own your future and recognize that it's within your power to create the life you desire. Your growth is in your hands. Take it and run with it. There's something powerful about working hard in silence. In a world obsessed with recognition and instant praise, it's easy to get caught up in the need for external validation. We live in an age where everyone seems to want to share their progress, seek approval, or post every little victory on social media. But true greatness, true success, doesn't need to be broadcasted to the world at every turn. The most powerful work is often done quietly, behind the scenes, without any expectation of applause. When you work hard in silence, you allow your results to speak for themselves. You focus on the task at hand, the grind, the process of improvement, without the distractions that come from seeking external approval. This kind of work is pure. It's driven by an internal desire to improve, to succeed, and to become the best version of yourself. Not because someone else is watching, but because you know it's what needs to be done. You're not doing it for the likes, the recognition, or the praise. You're doing it because you're committed to the journey and you're willing to put in the work, whether anyone notices or not. There's a certain beauty in letting your results speak louder than your words. When you focus on working hard in silence, you eliminate the need for validation. You eliminate the distractions that come from needing to be noticed. Instead, your efforts become the foundation of your success. It's through the quiet, focused, and consistent work that you build something lasting. When the world finally notices the fruits of your labor, they'll see the results, not the noise that you made along the way. And those results will stand as a testament to your commitment, your discipline, and your dedication. This approach also brings a sense of peace and clarity. You don't need to be constantly measuring yourself against others, seeking approval, or worrying about whether you're being recognized. You know that your success is not dependent on the applause of the crowd, but on the consistent, silent effort you put in every day. And in that silence, you can find real fulfillment. Because the satisfaction that comes from accomplishing something through hard work is far more rewarding than any external praise could ever be. When you focus on the work and not the recognition, you build a deeper sense of self-worth. Your achievements are not defined by how loudly they are celebrated, but by the quiet confidence you gain through achieving them. The best results often come from working without the expectation of immediate reward, knowing that every effort is building towards something far greater than you can see right now. So focus on the work, put in the hours, invest in the effort, and do it without the need for recognition. The world will notice in time, but you don't need to make noise about it. Let your results speak for themselves. When you work hard in silence, you build something that lasts, a legacy that is not built on applause, but on the strength of your character and the quality of your work. And in the end, that's the kind of success that truly matters. In a world where everything is at our fingertips, it's easy to fall into the trap of instant gratification. We've become accustomed to the idea that we can get what we want right now, whether it's a quick meal, a fast answer to a question, or a dopamine rush from social media. But if you want to build something of real value, if you want to achieve anything substantial in life, you must learn to resist this constant pull for immediate pleasure. True success is not built on satisfying your desires the moment they arise. It's built on the ability to delay that instant gratification and focus on what matters in the long term. You see, anything worth having requires time, effort, and discipline. The good things in life, financial success, personal growth, lasting relationships, don't happen overnight. They're not the result of a quick fix or a shortcut. They require patience, persistence, and the willingness to make sacrifices now for greater rewards in the future. And that's where most people fail. They want results without putting in the work. They want to feel good today, but they're unwilling to do the hard things that will pay off tomorrow. Resisting instant gratification means you make the decision to prioritize your long-term goals over the fleeting pleasures of today. It means saying no to that quick temptation that takes you off track, knowing that every moment you choose the short-term fix is a moment you're giving up on your long-term vision. It's about making choices that may not feel good right now, but will lead to greater fulfillment and satisfaction later on. Think of it like planting a tree. If you want a strong, healthy tree, you can't expect it to grow in one day. You have to water it, nourish it, and care for it over time. You can't rush its growth, and you can't force the fruit to appear ahead of schedule. But when you resist the urge to rush the process and instead put in the consistent, steady effort, the rewards will come, often when you least expect them. It's the same in life. The results you're looking for will take time. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is happening, when the work seems endless, and when the rewards seem distant. That's when you have to remind yourself that true success is a long-term game. If you give in to instant gratification, you're sacrificing your future for a momentary pleasure that won't matter in the grand scheme of things. The ability to resist that instant reward and stay focused on the bigger picture is what will set you apart from everyone else. We all have desires, but the key to achieving greatness is learning how to manage those desires. It's not about denying yourself pleasure altogether. It's about learning to choose the right kind of pleasure at the right time. It's about understanding that the most important rewards in life come from delayed gratification, from doing the work that others won't do today so you can reap the rewards tomorrow. In the end, it's simple. The ability to resist instant gratification is the key to long-term success. When you choose to invest in your future instead of giving in to momentary impulses, you're laying the groundwork for a life that's rich in meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Success isn't about taking shortcuts. It's about having the patience to do the work day after day without needing immediate payoff. When you make that choice, you're setting yourself up for a future that's far greater than any instant reward could ever give you.